Cancers, welcome to your monthly reading for June. Thank you for being here. I hope you are doing well. Let's see what's coming through for you. You can use this for your sun, moon, and rising sign. If Cancer is your sun sign, remember to watch the moon and the rising sign as well, okay? And please know this is a general reading. Some messages may resonate, some may not. Please take what resonates for you and let go of the rest. But if you would like to book a personal reading, my email is in the description box below. Shoot me a message and so we can then schedule a reading for you, okay? All right, now take a deep breath, relax, and let's stay open to what's coming our way. This will be a Celtic cross, okay? Cancer for June. In June, Jupiter is moving into your sign, Cancer. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, growth, abundance, and prosperity, and knowledge. So Jupiter is moving into your sign, so that's wonderful. And Taurus, Venus is going to be in Taurus. Venus rules, so it's not only going to affect Taurus, the sign of Taurus, but it's going to affect all of us, you know. Venus is a planet of love, beauty, abundance, prosperity, home, relationships. So Venus rules Taurus. So Venus is in the home sign. So something to do with our home, our relationships, is what I'm intuitively getting. All right, so in the center of the reading, you have Page of Wands. Something new is on the horizon. Ace of Wands. Yes, absolutely. New beginnings. In the subconscious, you have Eight of Pentacles. And past position, you have Eight of Swords. Two eights. Number 8 has to do with abundance. And conscious position, you have Two of Swords and future Emperor. Advice is the World card, and environment is Five of Pentacles. Opportunities, Four of Pentacles. And the final outcome card, Queen of Pentacles. Okay, several Pentacles cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 Pentacles. Pentacles has to do with our stability, our stability, our career, our finance, things like that. So that has something to do with Jupiter moving into your sign. World card, the world is ruled by Jupiter. Okay, so you have world as the advice card for the month, and then you also have Page of Wands and Ace of Wands. So this is an aha moment, again a new beginning, and this is also you coming across new ideas and inspirations. And then you also have Eight of Pentacles. This is you single-mindedly focusing on something, aims, objectives. So very goal-oriented month for some of you guys. And then you also have Emperor. This could also be your energy or someone you are dealing with. If this is your energy, then this has to do with you coming up with a plan, a structure, a routine, and so you can focus on your priorities, your goals, what you want to achieve and accomplish this month. And you are ending the month with Queen of Pentacles. This is beautiful. Again, this has to do with home. This is Taurus energy, okay? So this is Venus in Taurus energy coming through for you guys. So this is exactly what's happening in the sky, you know? So everything is connected. Tarot, astrology, you know, it's all connected. So that's what I'm seeing there for you. Okay, on the back of the deck you have Knight of Swords. Okay, And you also have Knight of Swords, Eight of Swords, and Two of Swords. So that is a challenge, something challenging, something that you want to be mindful of. Okay, so with Knight of Swords, this is the energy, this is irritation, agitation, like anger, things like that. So it could be maybe you might feel this energy. This is Mars, and Emperor is in the future position. This is ruled by Mars. So that's what I am getting. Maybe Aries is in your chart. This is ruled by Aries. So it could be that Aries is in your chart, or you are dealing with an Aries, or it may have something to do with organization, authority figures, government, policies, regulations, things like that. So if certain things are not going the way you had expected, then that might lead to some frustration, some heated arguments, or so just know, just be mindful of this energy. Okay, so with this, it also feels like with both these cards, see, you have Knight of Swords, you have Two of Swords, and you have Eight of Swords. With all these cards, it feels like there are some information is missing now. Okay, the complete clarity is not there, so you don't want to jump into conclusions and hold your horses, Cancer. Okay, and wait for the clarity, wait for the complete information. If things are not clear, then it's all about asking the right questions. And with both these cards, you might feel, there is this tendency to just follow with whatever. It could be that maybe you are discussing things with someone, you are buying something, or maybe there is a contract you are signing, or it could be your personal relationships, friendships, collaborations, partnerships. So whatever this is, it could be a business related, it could be something that you are doing in your personal life. The tendency that I am seeing here is following what somebody is asking you to do. So it could be happening because, first of all, maybe you don't know what you want. Secondly, you may not have the complete information, so maybe you are blindly trusting somebody else. On the other hand, it could also be because the clouded judgments. Okay, the mind is foggy. So if there is something you want to, if there is something you want to get done, and if maybe if you are exhausted, maybe you won't feel like doing your research and doing the work, so you might just follow. You might feel like. So what I'm seeing is the tendency to follow someone's suggestions, their advices blindly. Okay. Okay. So just be aware of that. You want to speak up. I was having that difficulty now, right? So speak up, Cancer, and maybe remember not to rush through things. If there is something you don't understand, then ask questions and wait for the complete information, wait for that understanding before moving into anything new. Okay, otherwise you will have a hard time. So that's the challenge this month. How can you stay more present and slow down and go over the details regardless of the situation, and maybe think about, avoid rushing through things. Otherwise you will make some mistakes, because here, see, the blindfold, and here both cards have blindfolds. That means you are not seeing something clearly. Okay, it could be the complete understanding is not there, the information is not there. So just waiting is important, having patience is important before making any important decisions, before responding, things like that. Okay, and also be aware of, with this, it feels like if you find yourself in conflicts, in arguments, what I am seeing here is also like you holding back. It could be that you are defending yourself, you are protecting yourself, you don't want to participate, or it could be that you don't know how to respond to this situation. So that is actually making you like hold back and not share your thoughts. So it could be, it doesn't have to be conflicts, it could also be a situation that you are dealing with. Again, it could be business, your career, your personal life. So if you come across a situation that is kind of a little bit challenging, you are holding back and you are not responding. So just be aware, why does it need your involvement? Is it important? How important this is? Because we can't, we don't want to run away from conflicts. Sometimes conflicts are necessary. Conflicts help us create positive changes, provided we know how to handle it. It can, if we are not being present, and if we are just reacting, then we only make damages, destructions. But if we know, if we are present, if that presence of mind is there, and if we can take a step back to understand the situation and then respond, then maybe that will help us create positive changes in our life. So yeah, anger is also not a bad emotion. It actually help us understand ourselves better, understand what is it that we really need, what needs to change. So this anger also leads to transformation. Again, only if we know how to utilize that energy. So it could be your energy, Cancer, it could also be somebody else, okay? If you are feeling a bit of, like, this is also uneasiness, restlessness, and also a speedy, speedy movement and thoughts, so just, it could also be the general energy. This card is actually showing up for almost, so I only read for 3 signs so far: Aries, Taurus and Gemini. I think this showed up for Taurus and Gemini as well. And this is now showing up for you. So it could be a general energy. It could be what's happening in the world right now, the political situation, things are uncertain now, so we don't know like what we can expect, how things are going to turn out. And there is, when it comes to our stability, and there is this confusion. So this could be, since this is showing up for almost, I think these cards showed up for the weekly readings as well. So it could be the general energy, and maybe we all are getting affected by what's happening in the world right now. So certain things may feel a little bit confusing, and you may not know like how to move forward, what to do. So it feels like the hands are tied, a sense of helplessness, powerlessness. And with this, it also feels like maybe you will have to make a quick decision. But what I want to say, Cancer, is do not just follow the what somebody is telling you, or it could also be news channels. So instead of that, maybe it's important in these times, what helps is our our sanity. I mean, anxiety and worrying about things, and these things are not going to help. Things are as they are. It is what it is, right? We have to go with the flow and we just have to accept things as they are. But the challenge is, but the question we need to ask ourselves is, yes, these are challenging times, but how can we maintain a sense of inner peace and calm, and not let our circumstances overwhelm us, and drag us down. Instead, these are the times when we want to have faith, that everything is going to be okay, so that is important. And it's also important to take care of ourselves and not worry about what we don't have control over. Instead, what is it that we can do? We can, of course, focus on our spirituality, meditation, and something that help us ground and balance our energies, and so we can stay calm during these changing times, right? So, and that also help us come across new insights, new inspiration, new motivation, things like that. So, and that is important for us, and it also helps when we are able to move through these challenging times with calm and inner peace. Then it also helps the people around. It could be our children, it could be our family, it could be even the strangers who we meet every day. If we can say something positive, and if we can be there, then that would be a huge that would be very helpful for everybody, right? So that's also what I am getting with this Queen of Pentacles energy. This is you taking care of yourself. This is you being in gratitude, and that's a huge shift from this to this. So this is the energy is shifting now. This is you coming into some kind of realizations, a revelation. It could also be from an outside external source. So it could be news, information, things like that, or it could also be your own intuition telling you things. Okay, you coming across some inspiring thoughts and ideas, and that is helping you stay calm. And this is, both these energies has to do with being in gratitude and being present. This is where the mind is not present, and here you are being present, and you are noticing things, what you are blessed with and what you are grateful for. It could be ordinary moments. It doesn't have to be anything like extraordinary, but these ordinary moments are special, right? It's our attention that makes it special. So that is what you are doing here. You are paying attention to what you are already surrounded with, what you are grateful for, the blessings, and that is helping you stay more calm and centered. And that is also helping the people around. Maybe if somebody else is going through some confusion, this is helping them stay more centered and calm. So that's nice. So this is home, Cancer. Again, that is where the focus is this month, because your sign is all about home, family, relationships, balance, and that is something that you are making it a priority. Okay, what else is coming through? So you have 8 of Pentacles in the subconscious. So this energy has to do with you single-mindedly focusing on something here. So it could be a project you are working on, it could be practicing something. So maybe this is trainings, this is you learning something, or it could also be a hobby, a project, a creative project you are taking up. This is you making something and you are focused, you are trying to make it perfect. So maybe you are practicing, you are doing the same thing again and again. So it could be anything, it could be your work, it could be a creative project. So whatever it is that you are working on. This is practice makes perfect, right? So this is you doing and redoing the same thing all over again, all over again, and with every attempt you are becoming better and better at it. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing here. On the other hand, it could also be perfectionist tendencies, Cancer. Okay, so it could be that you are seeking perfection. It could be relationships, it could be people in your life, it could be your work, it could be what you are working on, things like that, seeking perfection. And that can lead to some confusion here, my dear. With both these cards, this is your mind holding you back. Okay, it could be that maybe you want things to be perfect, you want things to go in its the way you had planned, according to the plan, things like that. And if it's not going the way you had expected, that can lead to some disappointments, and that is actually you will feel stuck. Okay, so creative blocks is what I'm seeing here with both these energies, and the reason could be perfectionist tendencies, idealistic tendencies. So just know, like, in which area are you feeling stuck. It could be your relationships, career, your health. It could also be general energy. Okay, the feeling that you are stuck, and that things are not moving forward. So yeah, perfectionism, idealism. So just know how you want to, can you remain a little bit flexible? This is about focusing on the beauty, focusing on the light and the possibilities. Okay, and mistakes are okay. If you think you are failing at something, that is okay too. But with every attempt, you are getting better and better. That's what I'm seeing here. You may not believe it, but you just have to trust yourself. Okay, and so it's important to take that next step, and not, if you are worried about the outcome, if you are worried about how things are going to turn out, then it will be, that thought is very paralyzing, then it won't be even possible for you to start anything. So here, with these two energies, the cards are reminding you, focus on your strengths, Cancer. Okay, and don't worry about don't try to figure out the entire path. Instead, just be present and focus on that next step. Okay, whatever it is that you can do now, just do it, and then the path will open up on its own. So it's important to keep the thoughts, fear-based thoughts aside, instead, and focus on what is possible, and then take that next step. Okay, and throughout the journey, you will have to remind yourself of all your wins and all your strengths and what is possible for you. Okay, so don't let fear-based thoughts hold you back. So when I said fear, it could be anything: fear of success, fear of failure, fear of losing a loved one, fear of losing a relationship, fear of losing material possessions, job security. So it could be anything, So just know where that is coming from, and if it's true, we don't know what's going to happen in future, right? Some of the future is in our hands. We create our future today in this moment, and all we can do is have faith and trust ourselves and focus on our strengths and do whatever it is we can do and give it our best. And that's what you are doing here. Then why worry? Then let go of things you don't have control over and move forward. Okay. And yes, things are perfect as they are. It's our thoughts that makes it it's we who see flaws and things like that. So what I want to say is it has to do with our perception, how we see things. Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, right? So when we seek perfection in everything, it has to do with our own beliefs, our own ideas about things, and how we perceive, understand, and see things. When we come from this understanding that things are perfect the way they are, there is beauty in imperfection, right? So then we will realize, okay, you know what? Yes, maybe I don't know. Maybe, I should just do what I can and stay in your heart, Cancer, okay? Whatever it is that you are doing, do it with love. Don't do it with some expectations. Don't do it because you want to please someone. Don't do it because you want some golden outcome. But do it because you love doing it, and that's what this energy is. So Page of Wands is in the center of the reading and Ace of Wands is covering it. So beautiful, both these energies. This is you beginning something new, and that's what the World card is, stepping into something new here, and you are very excited about it. And you don't know, like I mentioned, you don't know how it's going to turn out. Maybe you think you don't have the necessary skills, but you are enthusiastic, excited, and that's what's needed, okay? Knowledge is not that important, to be honest with you. What you know is really not that important. What makes something special is our enthusiasm, our excitement, and the energy that we are pouring into it, right? So that's what's more important, and we learn through trial and error, right? So yeah, if you are here, you are coming from that, you are passionate about something, whatever it is that you are creating. Both these energies, these are the energies of creation. You are in that energy, you are creating something. It could be anything. It doesn't have, maybe, creativity is not just about art and painting, everything has to do with creativity. It could be our relationships, how we respond to the situations, the challenges we come across in our everyday life, how we blank. Yeah, how we live our life, and our the way we carry ourselves, our how we face our challenges. Everything is creative. It has to do with creativity. It doesn't just have to do with being an artist and creating art, but our entire life is art, so that's, yeah. So it could be any area, whatever it is that's important for you. It could be your home. Maybe you are changing up things at home, maybe you are decorating your home, your room, or it could be your backyard. You are beautifying things, and you are making it cozy and warm for the people you love. Or it could be the way you dress up. It could be a creative project that you are taking up, or it could be you coming up with some creative ideas on how to handle certain things. So yes, so this is you coming up with some new ideas, and this is like revelations. This is realizations, an aha moment, an epiphany. So, but then you are going into, like, again, that overthinking mode. So in June, we will be in Gemini season. Not sure if you have Gemini in your chart. Gemini has to do with thoughts, thinking, mind, communication, technology, and things like that. So it could be that energy, or it could be, again, fear-based thoughts. So just be aware how things are making you feel, what is holding you back, things like that. Okay. And if the mind is foggy, then it could be because you are exhausted. So do you need to take a break? Do you need to reach out for help? So get the help you need, take a break, rest the mind. And when the mind is calm, that's when we come across new ideas, insights, and inspiration. Okay. So here, with both these energies, yes, this is you being everybody's parent, maybe. It could be that this has to do with your home, your family. You are feeling protective towards the people you love. This is also, something that you are feeling a little bit protective towards. It could be a project you are working on. So things are a little bit exhausting. You are taking care of things here. You are getting things done, and you are also coming up with new plans and ideas on how to move forward. So yes, it's a little bit taxing and draining. So it's important you take care of yourself and get the help you need. This is in the environment, Cancer. It could be that it could be travel coming through for some of you guys. A World card is also here. And again, a little bit exhausting is what I'm seeing. Or it could be that maybe you are not well. With both these cards, it feels like maybe some headaches, migraines, or something to do with your eyes, joint pain, things like that. Yes, so it will be a little bit tiring, and if it is travel coming through, then a little bit challenging. Okay, so just be proactive and take care of things in advance, and also know how much you are taking on. With both these energies, it feels like your plate is full and you are tired. But then you are ending the month with Queen of Pentacles. This is you at home, finally. If you are traveling, then this is you at your destination. This is home. It's like, relieved, a big relief. And now, like, this is where you are taking care of yourself. Something to do with a parent is also coming through. Okay, with Five of Pentacles is in the environment. It could be how you are feeling wherever you are, whoever you are with, whatever it is that you are doing. So the reminder, you are again like a little bit exhausted. So the reminder here is to stay in your power, share your thoughts, your opinions, and focus on your strengths, Cancer. Okay, with this, with both these energies, I'm not seeing that. So that can lead to some challenges. So know why you are holding back, and is there something you want to share? Do you want to participate? And you don't want to be an outsider in your own life, you know. It could be that you are, maybe it has something to do with your environment, wherever you are. Maybe you are feeling you are not able to connect with anybody there, so you might feel like an outsider, like a round ball in a square peg or something like that. But that is not the truth. It's just our thoughts. Again, just be aware of all those thoughts that you are entertaining. Okay, know how it's making you feel, and if it's not making you feel good, then change the thoughts. That's in our hands, right? So yeah, only focus on those thoughts that gives you strength and confidence, and positivity, that fills you with positivity. Okay, anything else is fear. There are only two emotions, love and fear, right? Love is when we are feeling at ease and calm and, you know, positive and optimistic, and then that's when then we are coming from that place of love, which is the highest frequency, right? But when we come from a place of fear, then we are doubting ourselves, we are questioning ourselves, we are confused, we are tired, and we are struggling with things, you know, worrying about things like that. So just know what kind of thoughts are you entertaining, if it's worth your time and energy. If not, then move on, you know, let it go and focus on those thoughts that gives you strength and confidence. On the other hand, I want to say, like, if you have some events coming up, if you have like important conversations, meetings, what I'm seeing here is maybe you are having, like, it could be interviews, it could be important meetings, it could be you know, business related, your work related, or it could be some if you are buying, selling, yeah, whatever the situation is, it's important to know what you want, so then you can clearly communicate your wants, your needs, your expectations. Okay, if you are not clear about what you want, then you will just go with other people's advices and suggestions. So just be aware of that energy. If you don't want to participate, if you don't want to do it, then say so, Cancer. Okay, no is a complete answer, you don't have to explain. So you want to stay in your power and say no if there is something you don't want to do. But if you are coming across something, then before you say yes or no, maybe ask for time. Think about it before you make any promises, before you make any commitments. Okay. All right, so but when it comes to things that you are really passionate about, things that you want to begin, don't let fear-based thoughts hold you back. Instead, be aware of them. It's not about ignoring them. You know, our thoughts, our emotions are actually messengers. They help us understand things. So we don't want to completely ignore them. Instead, we want to be aware of what those fear-based thoughts are, so we can then reason with them, you know. So it's about, you know, if, for instance, if your mind is telling you that you don't have the necessary skills, then it's about then finding out, okay, it's about doing your research, learning new skills and reaching out to the right person, then asking questions, things like that. So that's how we create positive changes. But if we tell ourselves, okay, you know what, I don't know, I don't want to do it because I don't know, and then, you know, if we fall back on comfort, zone and then we don't do it, if we are letting it hold us back, then we don't make any progress in our life, right? So if you don't know something, then it's about learning, it's about still trying, so just an example, it doesn't have to be true for everybody, but just an example. So if that is what the mind is telling you, oh, you know what, I don't know, it will be very tiring, I'm not sure how it's going to turn out, what are they going to say, these are all thoughts that keeps us in our safe zone, our comfort zone, and sometimes our comfort becomes our prison, right? And then if we remain in that comfort zone, if we don't challenge those thoughts, then we won't make any progress in our life, right? So yeah, be aware of all those thoughts and how to challenge them, and how to be in charge, and know how to block those distractions. Okay, again, it could be your own thoughts, it could be people telling you things, there are people's opinions, their judgments, things like that. So just be aware what's going on and what is it that you want. Okay, when you know what it is that you want, then that is staying in your power, then you can communicate clearly, right? Okay, world is your advice card for this month, and world here has to do with completion. You are wrapping things up, you're wrapping up things here, and you are beginning something new. So completion and new beginning, endings and beginnings. So, and the advice here is to let go, Cancer. What is it that you are still holding on to? Here it feels like you are confused. Maybe you are considering, maybe you are not confused. Let's rephrase it, right? You are not confused, you are considering your options. But how long do you want to stay there? That is a question that you want to ask yourself. Okay, so maybe this is reminding you to think outside the box. Maybe whatever it is that you are thinking about, whatever the options that you are coming across, maybe there is something better, a different way of doing things and something better out there. So drop the options, whatever it is that you are holding on to, and then it's, and give it some space and time, and you will know what else is out there. So maybe with both these cards, it feels like you are not seeing the complete picture, the possibilities out there, because you are just so don't play small, don't settle for what's in front of you, what is available. Okay, so yes, you don't want to settle for anything that is just available. Instead, this is about, you want to think outside the box, Cancer. You want to level up, raise your standards, expect more from life. Don't just settle for what is available. Instead, reach out for dream. Dream big. Reach for what else is out there. So this is all about exploring. That is not what you are doing here, but that's what I'm intuitively getting for you. Okay, this is your advice card. This has to do with expansion, growth. World is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is in your sign. And this is, if you are handling things the way you always used to do, you will feel frustrated. The reason why is because you are moving into a new cycle. You are growing, you are evolving, so things will feel a little bit different. and you don't want to still stay back in that old comfort zone. If you do, if you are resisting these changes, things will be really challenging and life will push you out of your comfort zone, and that won't feel good. So here the card is reminding you, dream and reach for more. Don't just settle for what's in front of you, what's just available for you. Instead, think outside the box and to find a different way of doing things. Pick up new skills, learn new things, things like that. So this is the whole new world opening up for you. Okay, and don't play small, don't settle, not yet. Powerful. Who? But you are feeling exactly the opposite, Cancer, here. Not sure what you are coming across. It could be that you are exhausted, or it could be that you don't know what that possibility is yet. That's okay. If you don't know, that's okay. Don't beat yourself down for not knowing. It's important you set intentions. Okay, and take that time to use that time to maybe write things down. What is it that you want from life? What are your goals, your dreams? And don't worry about how you are going to make it happen. It's about leave it. So keep that aside. How to keep it aside, all the how to's. Instead, just dream. It doesn't cost anything. And when dreams only gives us more energy, right? When we are dreaming about things, and when we are not worried about how we are going to make it happen, it just fills us up with new inspiration and motivation and energy. And that's when our that's when we that's what we want, that new motivation, new energy. And when we are in that energy, we will come across new insights, we will come across some new opportunities, we meet new people, and and then a whole new world will open up in front of us without even our realizing it, without even our doing anything. It's about everything. The creation starts in our mind first. So visualize what is it that you want to create, and don't worry about the how-tos, but just write things down, and then stay open to what you are coming across, the opportunities you are coming across, the people you are meeting, signs, synchronicities, things like that. So stay focused on your strengths here, and don't be an outsider in your own life. You have know that everything, you have a choice. So that thought itself is so empowering, right? The thought that we have a choice. But if we are choosing to make a certain kind of decisions, that's okay too. But we don't want to blame our circumstances. We don't want to blame people. We want to instead take responsibility for our own choices and decisions. And it's about telling ourselves, I'm doing this, and this is my choice. This is my decision, and so that itself is very empowering. Four of Pentacles. Okay, something to do with your finance here. It could be that maybe there is a new project you are starting, a new startup, business, something like that. Or it could be that there are things you want to learn, but money issues is what I am seeing with these cards. And here you are working hard, and you are, exploring new way of doing things. You are being, looking for new avenues and things like that. But looks like this is where you are feeling a little bit disappointed. So it could be that, yeah, in that case, this could be somebody else's energy that you are dealing with. So it also has to do with reaching out to the right people, looking for new investments, funding, loan, things like that. And here it feels like you are, you will find the resources. This is where you are being more resourceful, Cancer, and maybe you are reaching out to the right people, loans and things like that, and finding what it is that you are looking for. Four of Pentacles could also be other things, Cancer. This is, you holding back. It could be that you are not sharing. It doesn't have to be just about money. It could be other things like your time, your knowing, your it could also be holding back on love, So in the environment, you have Five of Pentacles. It could be that maybe they support the friendship, the support that you are seeking. Maybe you are not it's hard to find it in people, like whoever you are with. Maybe they have other priorities, or maybe you are not with the right people, Cancer. I don't know, but here it feels like maybe feeling alone in this, that's what I'm getting. And don't lose faith though. This could also be spiritual, something to do with your spirituality also. Okay, regardless of the circumstances, if we are able to strengthen our own spiritual connections, then it doesn't matter who is with us and who is with us and who is not, right? It's about strengthening our own connection with ourselves, loving ourselves more, releasing all kinds of dependencies, taking responsibility for our life, making our own decisions, and coming from that place of empowerment and self-love, and creating, being in that energy of creation, inspiration, things like that, and then it won't matter who is with us, who is not. And this is where, if you are feeling exhausted, this is where you want to take care of yourself, fill your own cup so you can give, yeah. But if you are expecting something from someone, then that may not come by. So the card is reminding you to give to yourself first, and yeah, that is important. So focus on your own energies, fill your own cup. Yeah, with this, it also, yeah, holding back on love. It could be not able to share your time, maybe because you are busy, or it could be that you are tired, things like that. So if things are weighing heavily on you, know how you can lighten up the load a little bit. That's important to know. It's a long reading again. Yes, Queen of Pentacles is what you are in, the energy you are ending the month with. This is inheritance, this is you winning something, this is abundance, and this is also you focusing on the abundance that you are already surrounded with. It could be people in your life, it could be your home, it could be a beautiful day, it could be you spending time in nature, things like that. So appreciating what is it that you are already surrounded with. It could also be creativity, and maybe you are taking up a new project or something like that. So you are feeling protective. So on the other hand, Cancer, this is also attachments, Eight of Swords. Yes, our attachments. Again, it could be people we love, it could be our material possessions, it could be our ideas, our beliefs, and attachments always leads to suffering, right? So what is it that you are choosing to hold on to? So that is important to know. Okay, because this is a monthly reading, this is the energy of the whole month of June. So know what attachments are worth holding on to and what needs to go. It's not about, not caring and things like that. This is about setting ourselves free. When we trust ourselves, and when we it's about trusting ourselves, and also having faith that people in our life, they know what they are doing, they can take care of themselves, and and so whatever it is that you are coming across, it could be something to do with your career, it could be future, thinking about the future, or it could be relationships. So just know, like, how when it comes to attachments, how it's making you feel, how can you how can you clear that energy. When we get entangled, then that's also not good, not for you, not for the other person. Or it could also be something that you are that's very important for you right now. It could be a project. Okay, so that is like, that can lead to some confusion, some conflicts, things like that. So how can you clear up that energy, and how can you set yourself free, set the others free? That is important. And also it has to do with our ideas about things, our ideas about life, our beliefs. So just be aware. Okay, how can you create some kind of balance, so you don't have to so you can lighten up your journey. So with Four of Pentacles, it feels like you might have to stick to a budget, Cancer. Or this also has to do with being more inventive, being more creative, and finding a way to get the work done without having to spend a lot of money, maybe. So yeah, being more resourceful, being creative. And the card is also reminding you, okay, world is your advice card. This is about simplifying. So it's about understanding what the wants are and what the needs are. We have to, sometimes we must let go some of our wants so we can focus on our needs, right? And that, maybe that is what the cards are reminding you, to simplify and let go of whatever it is that you don't need anymore. It could be, again, thoughts, fear-based thoughts, ideas, beliefs, or it could be something in your external goals. People, how you are, it could be things, where you are spending your money, and what's worth it. And it could also be relationships, your connections, things like that. So how things are making you feel? Is it making you feel a sense of freedom, or do you feel stuck, as if you are carrying a heavy burden? So that's the indication. Okay, so that is an area where you want to um, you want to maybe sit down and reflect on things, uh, why you are feeling that way and what needs to go. Sometimes what needs to go is our own attachments, our own ideas about things, and it could be about reshuffling our priorities and finding a different way of doing things, things like that, or it could also be letting go of something in the external, something, maybe something that you have already outgrown. So this is world has to do with endings, and this is where you are beginning something new. So maybe if something is not worth your time and energy anymore, you are just letting it go. And this is also collaboration, working with others, Cancer. So looks like, it could also be partnerships, collaborations coming through. It could also be new friendships, things like that. So that's nice. But the question is, are you open? Here it feels like you are kind of shut down. Both these energies, both these cards, it feels like you are holding back, you are shut down. And are you ready for the new? Oh, this is the longest reading, Cancer. Okay, let me see what's coming through on the oracle cards, and then we will wrap up. Let me know in the comments what this means for you. If you are here with me, if these messages resonated, do remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know what this means for you. It will be nice to hear from you. There are some wonderful things happening. Looks like there is something new on the horizon for you guys, and also what you are looking for, like the resources, the support, that you will find it. Okay, you will find the right people, and the right opportunities are also coming your way. Keep an open mind, remain flexible. So that way you can utilize, you can make the best of what's coming your way. So Cancer, your message for this month is relaxation. Okay, that's the energy you are ending the month with, but here I'm not seeing it. Okay, here you are working hard, and you are also going back and redoing things. It could be a relationship, maybe you are going back and fixing things, or it could be a project that you are working on. Perfection is what I'm seeing, but yeah. So with all these cards, I'm not seeing relaxation, but that's the advice for the month. Simplify, relax, everything is going the way it should, and just have faith. Faith is lacking here. Okay, so another important message that I just received, Cancer, is nothing is lacking. Okay, you have everything you need, and the lack exists only in our mind, right? So you have everything you need. So instead of worrying about stability, maybe focus on serenity, right? Stability to serenity. That's amazing. And it's about telling yourself, I have everything I need, and whenever I need something, I always find it. So that's a good affirmation that you can tell yourself. Nothing is lacking. You have everything you need. Number 49, relaxation. So let me read this out to you. Relaxation is important for your health, mood, relationships, and overall well-being. It's easy to become entangled in anxiety. It's easy to become entangled in anxiety, worry, stress, and paralyzed thinking. Your day-to-day life may be filled with a multitude of stresses that affect your thoughts and causes you to feel disconnected with the truth of your being. Dedicating time to relaxation provides a solid foundation to assist you to be able to live a more balanced, less stressful life. The importance of respite can help to alleviate tension and other health concerns. Indulge in a spiritual bath, adding essential oils and sea salt to the water. Lighting candles, burning some incense, and if possible, utilizing clear quartz and rose quartz crystals to intensify the healing nature of the experience. Use this time to get centered and balanced. Practicing deep breathing techniques can also bring about calm and peace. Remember to take a deep breath before you act impulsively on your thoughts, as this will bring fresh oxygen to your body and relieve anxiety. Affirmations are another great tool to help you relax and grow in body, mind, and spirit. As you repeat positive, life-affirming statements about yourself, you will notice powerful manifestations of your affirmations in your life. Ask Ganesha for guidance on your spiritual course towards expansion and illumination. This is expansion, this is illumination. Powerful. And trust that you can now relax and enjoy the journey. Okay, that's what I was talking about, something about journey. It could be that you are traveling, and or it could be, if it feels like you are carrying the weight of the world, know how you can lighten up your load and let go, simplify, and enjoy your journey. Okay, this is traveling light. Yeah, this is an aha moment, an epiphany, Cancer. So just pay attention to what you are seeing, what you are hearing, the thoughts, the recurring thoughts you are having. Maybe there is a message, okay? And also the emotions you are coming across, be it frustration, anger, because like I mentioned in the beginning, conflicts are healthy. Anger is a positive emotion. Only if we know how to channel it, right? This is about understanding, okay, what is it that you need, what I need, why am I feeling this way? Where is it coming from? What is it that I really need at this moment? So it could be, asking for what you need. It could be open, it has to do with open conversation. It could be about taking a break, and it could be, again, relaxation, especially if you are exhausted. And that way you will come across some new insights and ideas. All right, Cancer, that's what I have for you. I hope this was helpful. Please take good care of yourself and watch your moon and rising sign as well. And again, let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. I will see you in the next reading. Bye-bye.